This is Alan Bush with the Daily Financial Forecast for Thursday, January 12th. Starting out with the stock index futures, we are seeing some profit taking coming in across the board, although yesterday we did see the NASDAQ reaching some new record highs. But the pressure today linked to apparently President-elect Trump's comments yesterday, where he did not talk much about infrastructure spending plans. So that's somewhat of a disappointment to the market as the indices coming under some pressure today. Also, some of the weakness linked to Harker of the Fed, indicating that in his opinion, the Fed could be raising rates 3 times this year. However, we are seeing earnings on the upswing. Fourth quarter earnings are likely to be up as much as 5.8%. And we are looking for earnings in the first and second quarters of this year to be up in the double-digit area. So ultimately, earnings will rescue this market. Longer term, still looking for new highs across the board in all of the major stock index futures. Moving over to the currencies, the dollar index under some pressure today, basically for the same reason that stock indices are weaker. The lack of details on President-elect Trump's infrastructure spending plans. So a little pressure in that area from that fundamental. By the same token, as the dollar is weaker, other currencies, foreign currencies, working higher for the same reason. Even the pound was able to advance after yesterday falling to an 11-week low. And the Canadian dollar and the Australian dollar working higher as crude oil and natural gas prices advancing. Moving over to the interest rate futures markets, seeing a little more buying coming in today for the same reason that stock indices are under some pressure and the dollar is weaker. Also, we had the probabilities of the Fed raising rates at the May meeting just moving up just a little bit. Also, a slight increase for the June meeting. We are into, I think, an overbought area as far as the recovery that we have seen in the bonds. And much of this seems to be flight to quality buying, with stock indices a bit on the weak side today. Once we get some details on President-elect Trump's infrastructure spending plans, I think that we will see a new leg down in the bonds, which would be just the opposite of what we're seeing now with the lack of detail. Longer term, even though the bonds are higher today, we still feel that the main trend is lower across the board in the interest rate futures markets, especially the bonds. And in the precious metals, gold and silver showing good gains today, with the gold now advancing above the $1,200 resistance area. Some flight to quality coming in, but also inflation is ramping up globally. So we continue to like the long side of gold and silver. The fundamentals remain bullish and the technicals remain bullish as well. So good trading, everyone. And once again, remember, these are my opinions alone and are not the opinions of ADMIS or Archer Daniels Midland.